In the year 2014, a new squad of operatives was chosen by the College of Illusion. These fools promptly went on to frustrate their DM at every opportunity. Today, still working together, because really, who else would work with them? They survive as adventurers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the Second Breakfast Club.
Tony Kinney as Eddie Falzone.
Jess Owen as Adira Glow.
Michael Cole as Uorag.
Jesse Wicks as Bill Quiverlance.
Nico Rodriguez as your DM.
Welcome back to the continuing tales of A Fool's Quest.
When last we left our fools, they were returning to the Forsaken City. Tony, do you have your dice out?
Not yet.
All right. They were returning to the Forsaken City. They had just left the Bryn Mawr Dam on a boat, on a little boat with Valley, and they were heading across back to town. So, you make it... Oh, on a ferry. That's what it was. That's the word I was looking for. You were heading on a ferry because there was a little ferry in the center of the boat. That was your guide. And he's tiny, so you're going to have to row the ferry on your own. But you make it back to the Forsaken City. And what do you want to do now that you are home?
Say goodbye to the jellyfish. See ya, dummy.
Yeah, I don't know how he got up in the mountains, but he's like, fuck you.
He talked to his other friends, and there's some in the lake.
a bunch of tentacles pop up.
You said anytime we were near
Yeah,
water. so
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You didn't say.
Yeah.
He's a freshwater jellyfish.
I've been cursed by a jellyfish.
Ooh. Uorag walks by a bathtub.
Just gurgles up from the drain.
Does what from the train?
It just gurgles up.
Gurgles.
Gurgle.
Gurgle.
Stop it.
Well, we got this enchanted crap that we should probably drop off to the dean and talk to him about New City.
We should probably run amok all through the city and find all the people with the glowing gems above their head so we can turn all the quests in.
Yeah. The question marks.
Yeah.
That are bright yellow.
Yellow question marks. Yeah, we'll go find some yellow question marks. Let's stop by the dean's first.
Announce our arrival.
Yeah.
Let's head to the cafeteria.
Oh, but we're at the Bryn Mawr Dam, right?
No, you
we're-
had taken the ferry with the ferry.
From the okay.
Yeah, from the Bryn Mawr Dam. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Bill had gotten to take a bath in the hat bath.
Okay.
I would like to use a port in the storm, actually. It lets me just have you tell me what's changed since the last time I was in the city.
So what has changed?
Yep.
All right. So you got to make a roll for that, or do you just know?
It says when you return to a civilized settlement you visited before, tell the GM when you were last here. They'll tell you how it's changed since then. But you know when I was last here, so.
Well,
Good
bitch.
goddamn.
Well, now that is some fucked up shit.
I guess that takes a chunk out real quick. All right.
Could I just meta, please?
Let me go ahead and speed through this. All right, good episode, guys.
All right, yeah.
All right, so you
Knock
set
this one
foot.
down to 20 minutes.
You set foot there, and you pull up your mini map on the display.
Wait a minute.
And you can see that a building has burned down. And it is the building where you keep a lot of the magical items. Well, not you, but Dean Smelting does, including, but not limited to, the infinite page of illusion.
Oh no.
What about the thaumaturgy llamaturgy?
It's typically kept in there.
No!
Dastardly warlocks.
Did the rest of us notice that?
No, just Bill. Also, Bill, you would realize that apparently on the other side of town, because that's like in the middle of the city, but on the south side of town, another group has taken up residence as a new clique they've been able to take up the south side. So not the north place where you guys were at. That was your spot there, but another group has been able to form and has passed enough tests to become a clique. Not a full clique, but they're like a clique in training like the other ones.
Okay.
So
I'm assuming I'm just getting this information from like dockhands and people.
Oh no, I just kind of thought it was funny that you just showed up and it popped in your head. Yeah, because I would imagine, in a real game, that's what you would do. Like, you'd wander around and talk to people, but you show up and a jellyfish walks by and gives you a news report.
And then the finger.
I lick my finger and stick in the air. A building burned down.
A hobbit lay here.
And there's a new clique. And a hobbit lay here.
It's Valley. She's still there.
Holy shit, where'd you come from?
She's still laying there. I tripped.
Go out of the way. Last time it was hard to push a wagon over you.
All right.
It's a good thing they had that halfling luck.
So, I don't know if that changes the order of operations at all. I don't really think so. We still want to go see the dean, maybe introduce ourselves to the new clique, ask about the building.
Yeah, let's check in with the dean first.
Yeah. Do we still have a place to call our own, or are we kicked out now?
No, you still do. Yep.
Okay.
He gave you a year.
Oh, that's right.
So, and you guys have been gone for probably about a month.
We can ask Siri what happened to the building, can't we?
You definitely can.
Hey Siri. Was the infinite page of illusion stolen when the armory burned down?
Go ahead and make your roll.
12.
12.
Dang.
All right. So Siri comes on and says,
Good afternoon, Second Breakfast Club. I have done a search of the web and found that the infinite page of illusion was stolen while the building was burned down.
That's not great.
Do
I know about the information contained within that infinite page of illusion as an illusionist?
Go ahead and make a roll. We'll make a roll for that to see if the dean ever discussed that with you. Because it is kind of top secret.
9.
A 9.
Well, it's an intelligence. It's a 6 on the dice.
So it'd be intelligence, yeah.
Okay.
So that gives you a 9. So that would be probably yes. He told you, but he wouldn't have told you everything that it does.
I know it's got some sensitive information that we
it's got sensitive information. It's got several things that are sensitive information, but one thing for sure. Once a day it provides a list of 10 spies in other nations with their spy identity and their true identity. So it also does other things, but that's pretty much the only thing that you know, and you know that because it reinforces your orders to protect it.
So that's bad news.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's if that scroll gets in the wrong hands, there's a lot of illusionists in danger. So we gotta figure out what's going on there. Let's just head on to the dean.
Yeah.
See where they're at with responding to that.
Okay. Is that what you want to do? Just
To the dean.
head straight to the dean? All right.
Yep.
So you head straight to the dean, and you get there. And he is in what is left of his office. So his office was a part of the same building where the archive was, where all the magic items were stored. But his office wasn't a part of that. So his office is still standing. It's just that section, that wing of the building that has been burned down. So you get in there, and Dean Smelting, somebody had run ahead as soon as they saw you, one of the students, and told him that you were there. So he comes walking out of his office as you are walking toward it, and he greets you out in the hallway. He's like, "Oh, welcome home. It is so good to see you."
Yeah, it's good to be back. Mostly.
We got your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yes.
came as fast as we could.
Let me go ahead and grab those items from you, and why don't we prepare for a debrief? Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Starving.
Okay. He orders one of the students to go get you some meal from the kitchen. He's like, probably sick of Hot Pockets, aren't you?
Never.
Okay.
Yeah, no idea.
Oh, those goose and arachnid ones. Ooh-hoo-hoo.
But I could go for some nice homemade fish sticks and waffles.
Fish sticks and waffles it is.
With no
Just
syrup.
like the orphanage used to make.
Now that's got to be a thing.
You're welcome.
I wonder if they have any of those mushroom cookies anymore.
It'd be a month old. They might have started growing by now.
Temperature's right. Mushrooms just keep expanding, but cookies grow with it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just got to set it next to the trunk of a tree.
Any more of that dragon fruit left?
Boy, a debrief, huh? It's not going to be brief. It's been an eventful trip.
Well, they're going to go get you some food. They'll be right back. Let's hop into my office real quick, and you can tell me what happened with you and anything that's outstanding. Give your report, and then I'll fill you in on what's been happening around here.
Yeah, sounds good. So we'll head on in there. And I'm going to sit on the desk. No, I'm going to sit in his chair. No, I'm going to sit on the desk. So, boy, where do we start?
Start in the middle.
Let's start in the mid. Let's
Work
start
your way out.
near the end.
Start from
that,
when your parents died.
You remember that? I made a noise like this.
His parents were shot in an alley by
the Goonies.
Yeah, the Goonies.
But,
I'm not doing
let's start with. You remember the tribe you asked us to check out, the one that had settled?
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
Famagranites.
Oh. That's why they settled.
Yeah.
An
Whole grove
entire
of them.
grove.
Where at exactly?
In the mountains. Pull the map out and show them about where.
Oh.
So we didn't get them moving because seems like that's a pretty useful resource, especially with just the tensions about lately, you know. But we have talked to them and made contact, and yeah, that's why they're there. What else do we got? Let's see. Oh, met a mystical cat creature. Well, it's Baxi, you know, but I'd rather call him that because he opened a window in the wall. Anyway, he told me that warlock that's been around, we'd catch up to him when we got back here.
Oh.
Yeah. That's pretty important. We slew a demon general. Anchovies on pumpkin pie.
Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
We retrieved a couple of cursed items.
Couple of cursed items were probably planted by the warlock.
I would think, yes.
Just to kind of generate havoc throughout the nation, but we stopped what we could. All the demon packs that have been roaming around. I'm sure you've heard reports.
Yeah, plenty.
We ran into a few, but they were under the control of this general anchovies on pumpkin pie. And yeah, without him, and we also closed the portals. The portal they were coming through. So we're thinking those will be less of a threat, but they're still out there. So be careful with that. Oh, also, did you know the scroll was stolen?
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to tell you.
Uh-huh.
How did you know it was stolen?
Oh,
Siri.
Siri.
Are you forgetting about the cannibals? Now you forget about the cannibals?
Told you. I'm not talking about that.
There were cannibals.
Were there? Someone else fill him in.
There was a city with an enchanted item. It was making everybody go crazy, and they were killing each other and eating each other. Valley shot a guy. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
And we dropped the magical item in a lake somewhere. Uorag knows where
I do.
Did you drop it in the lake?
Yeah, he flew off with it.
Yeah, you flew it to
Yeah.
the lake.
Yep. Sure did.
So, speaking of Valley, though, listen,
She's here.
I know I told you she was No, I didn't. I know that there was some belief that maybe Valley was not on our side, but, well, she's demonstrated she is over the last month here with us. She's really pulled her weight in this wagon.
Okay.
And I don't know, if there's a way to get her back into the college, I think we should be as lenient with her as we can. Without her, we might never have made that whole journey.
She's proven rather resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, maybe tomorrow you can stand in front of the council and give your statement on why you think she should be reinstated, and then the council can vote.
You know what? I'd be happy to.
Okay.
I'm gonna pat Valley on the head.
You did.
She doesn't say a word. She's trying real hard to
You did good, kid.
just be quiet.
Let's see. We're rich now. You should probably know that.
Oh, did you rob someone?
Guillermo.
Oh,
Did you tell him about the... Oh, we already sent him a message about the towns that were burning down and the Sphinxes, right? Sphinxi?
Oh yeah.
Sphinxers.
Sphinx. We filled him in with the message.
yep.
to the dean.
I got that report.
The
Yep.
scroll of message to the dean.
Yeah.
I think that's about it, really. As far as, I mean, we can go into details, but that's the overview.
Have you... Maybe we should ask about specifically, just because it might be a bit of an imminent threat. Have you seen anybody... The Warlocks group, what did they look like again? There was a really big dude, right? A decked out little one with a bunch of weapons? I don't remember now. Have you had any interesting parties coming to town in the last couple weeks?
Yeah, several. Is that it for your high-level report? You got your items and...
Yes, we got our items, and that was a good contact with the enchanters. They were an amenable bunch.
Yeah. Got along with them all right? Negotiations went well?
Yeah. They were,
Good food.
What? Not very
Came
fast.
on a
It
little
was,
strong, but-
it was in and out.
All right. Okay. Well,
Pun just brought everything to a screeching halt.
you already heard the infinite page is gone somehow. That the vault was burned down.
Mm-hmm.
The page was stolen. And in the aftermath of that fire, we found 4 bodies. We believe that they were a part of the criminal party that broke in, but we're not sure why they are dead or what happened. There are 3 people that have been detained. They may know something. We're not sure yet. A lot of them are being pretty tight-lipped. But because of the nature of their different businesses, we are forced to employ respectful tactics when questioning them. We believe that they all have an in-depth training on how to manipulate or maneuver around our leadership. We've tried interviewing them, but have not been successful. So, I'm thinking that we might be able to throw them a curveball and have them questioned by people they likely know nothing about. I'm thinking maybe you 5? Well, you 4. I think Valley should go back with the bells for now, for the night. She can go have a reunion with the bells, and
I'm gonna go say.
while she awaits her judgment. So, do you guys think you're up for it? If you are, I can give you descriptions on the 3 people I'd like you to interrogate.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sounds right up our alley.
All right. The first guy, his name is Petey Arsenal. He's a merchant. He and his team were in the Bryn Mawr Dam when, well, we believe they were there either just before the page was stolen or just after the page was stolen. But that doesn't mean he doesn't know anything. He's hiding something. With that said, he's under the protection of the Brom Royal clan and the Moonlit Path. We can only detain him for 72 hours, which we're quickly coming to that time limit. The second person, his name is Verbal Beauregard. He's a conjurer, but he can only cast low-level spells, and we do not deem him a threat. He's called Verbal because he can only cast spells that have verbal components. He came to the Illusion Nation seeking an audience with our school. We do not know how he found the Forsaken City, but he does have diplomatic immunity. And the third person is Bert Stormwanker. He is a priest from the Church of Greyhawk. He was found trying to flee the city with the llama turkey and a few other magic items. We recovered those items, but we did not find the infinite page among them. Again, because he's a part of the church, obviously, he is protected. All 3 of these people are above our national laws. Merchants Guild has taken responsibility for Arsenal and will perform their own investigation. We have to extradite Beauregard back to the Conjuration Nation, and we cannot imprison a man of cloth. The publicity would be bad. Unless, however, you can get a confession out of any of those 3. With that said, we might be able to prolong their imprisonment. If you cannot, that's fine. We'll find another way to find the page. In any case, find out what they know and get back to me.
Sounds good. There's one last thing I want to ask you about, Dean. Have you heard of anyone besides warlocks being able to cast magic from more than one school?
No.
You don't know any way through magic items or...
No, not since the magic broke thousands of years ago. If someone claims that they've been able to do that, been able to cast from magic spells, they're likely a warlock. You should be very careful around them. Probably detain them or eliminate them if you can.
What if it's impossible for them to be a warlock?
How would you know it's impossible for them to be a warlock?
Theoretically. Hypothetically.
I guess I would say to imprison them and investigate, see what happens.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry. Warlocks are nasty.
I was just thinking about, we were hearing rumors about the warlock and everything, and I was like, what if it's not a warlock? But yeah, you're right. It's probably impossible. Anyway, we're gonna go talk to these fellers.
And while the fools head off to interrogate some suspects, we're gonna head off to a commercial.
Get ready for adventure with NPR's only actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. KOSU brings you Red Dirt D&D, featuring the world's greatest role-playing game, including music and sound effects like a classic radio show. Join our seasoned Red Dirt D&D players as they take you on a thrilling adventure through the world of Dungeons & Dragons. Catch new episodes every Wednesday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as kosu.org, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And now let's get back to the fun.
Anyway, we're going to go talk to these fellers.
All right. Well, best of luck. All right. So you have 3 people to go talk to. Who would you like to talk to first?
Well,
before we go, let me make up some muffins. I'm going to make some friendly muffins.
Some friendly muffins?
Yeah, I'm going to some muffins with some gold.
Okay. All right, so while you're cooking muffins, other people show up with the food that you were supposed to eat, and you eat your food, and you guys feel a lot better. You're a little travel weary, kind of stinky. Well, not you, Bill. You took a shower in the hats.
I also don't work hard enough to get stinky.
But overall, it's nice to be home. You guys are fed, and yeah, you know where you have the dungeons in. Well, they're not so much dungeons. They're just little rooms that are guarded. But the Illusion Nation is pretty hospitable to its prisoners.
The holding cells.
Yeah, they're not even really cells, but yeah, they're like holding rooms. Yeah.
Well, let's see. What was the one that had the 72 hours? Was that PD?
PD.
Yeah, PD.
So he's got the most of a deadline. I think we should talk to him first, and then, if we need to come back to him.
He's also pretty much lawyered up.
Yeah.
Stupid Brom Royos.
Moonlit path.
Moonlit Mafia.
All right, well, so we're going to PD first?
Yeah, I feel like PD first, and he's got that moonlit path.
I'm gonna
Brom Royo thing.
I'm gonna requisition some wine to take with us.
He is a fancy merchant.
Okay. So grab some wine. You guys say goodbye to Valley.
Yeah. See her off to go visit the bells.
Yep. We'll catch up.
All right. So you guys make your way over to the rooms. You talk to the guards. One of the guards is like, yeah, he's over that way. And, shows you the room. And, you go in. PT Arsenal, he is every part merchant that you would think. He's got 3 or 4 rings on each hand, a fantastic hat. His outfit is like pressed, looks fantastic. There's no stains, no smudges. His boots are some of the nicest boots you've ever seen. And you walk in and he says, finally, someone has arrived. I'm looking for, you're not room service, are you?
No, I'm Eddie. I'm a junior illusionist, and I was hoping that, is there anything we can do to just make you more comfortable? We brought Bill Quiverlance. Maybe you've heard of him. He's a famous minstrel, and he's in town. And we just want you to be more comfortable, so thought he could maybe perform for you or just keep you company, too, because I know, the hat.
I'm gonna follow in afterwards and just sit down at the table right away comfortably and set the wine down in between us and put the muffins down and just, hey, how are you doing? It's awful where they've got you staying right now. This is not.
Yes, there's no windows in here.
A man of your stature has no, but I'll have to talk. Eddie, we need to talk to somebody about this. This is.
I know it.
Listen,
I know it, sir.
You have incredibly unfortunate timing getting here. Some crazy stuff happened here, and you just happen to be one of the outsiders. You know how these small-minded, off-the-road yokels can be. Anybody who's strange.
Yes. Blame the traveling merchant.
Oh, of course, every time. I understand you're a man of business. You're here to make some money. So, listen, we need to ask some questions. Just obviously, I know you're not involved, but the quicker I can prove that to the rest of the college, the quicker I can get you out of here, and I'll make sure that they make amends with you. Because, like I said, this is unacceptable. That is a wonderful hat. Where did you?
Oh, thank you. Oh, I got this in the Divination Nation.
It is beautifully done. The stitching on it is immaculate.
Yes. Thank you. I do think so myself.
So I'll sit down and pour us each a glass of wine and brush across one of the muffins to him. Here, please eat, drink. You don't want the room service here, I promise you. All they have is Hot Pockets, and not even the good ones. It's the spider-legged one.
Oh, is this a Goliath rosé?
Yes.
Oh, this smells fantastic. What year is this?
What year?
Yeah, the vintage must be wonderful.
Listen. All I can tell you is that it is older than this fucking little Hodunk city. All right.
Oh well, how fantastic! I've been coming here for years, doing trade here in the city, and I've never had a vintage this good.
Speaking of trade, what were you doing this time? Were you buying? Were you selling?
He takes a sip of the wine. Oh, that's fantastic. I was doing a little bit of both this time.
Doing a little bit of both. What were you selling? You got your bring a caravan in, or you traveling light, selling valuables? What do you trade in?
Oh, I had a team with me. I was commissioned to bring back some steel bars, nicely minted, wonderful steel, not cut with anything. Just was supposed to bring it back into a local wealthy family here in town. I don't know, Larry Birdman.
Larry Bird, the attorney.
Yeah. Yes.
I know Larry. I know Larry.
Slash basketball.
In his heyday.
All right. All right. So you're bringing steel bars. What were you acquiring to take with you?
Oh, just a few knick-knack things that I thought I might be able to sell. Some illusion paintings, some little trick toys that illusionists make, that Larry Birdman was able to acquire for us. So just stuff to take with me to the other nations as I continue my route.
Of course. And that all makes perfect sense. Listen, I just have... Look, I'm gonna speak frankly with you here for just a second and be out of your hair. Why don't you have one of these muffins? I insist. They're wonderful.
Oh, lovely. Huh? He takes a muffin. He's this pairs well with the Goliath rosé. Fantastic. Are these blueberry muffins?
They are blueberry and gold.
Blueberry and gold.
Yeah, the gold, it doesn't even add any flavor. I just put it in there because we deserve it.
Of course we do. Nothing screams wealth like eating gold.
Exactly. What's the point of having money if you don't get to show it to people who don't have money?
If you can't just shit it out when you're
that's what they don't understand. He wants me to travel humbly. I'm saying we should have a gold. Anyway, never mind. I won't bore you with my problems.
My father always used to say, "Do I look like I shit gold?" And now I can say, "Papa, I do."
No. So I'm gonna speak frankly. I'm gonna use traveling and open. Just be like, listen, I just need to know, whom do you serve?
Oh, well, that's a bit of a loaded question, isn't it? I obviously serve the Brom Royal family for trading, but then I also serve myself for self-interest, and that's why I do a little bit of a solo work on the side, if you don't mind.
Okay. He gets to ask me one question from there if he wants to.
What is this about? Can you tell me why I'm being detained?
That was 2 questions.
I cannot get into specifics for national security reasons, but I can tell you that you happened to come at a time that there was a security breach that happened, and there are some goods that they are a little concerned that somebody of your stature might have been capable to move in or out relatively unnoticed. We have a lot of faith in your capabilities here. I am certain that you would not get yourself involved in something so...
Did Larry Birdman say something?
Risky. Did Larry Birdman?
If he did, he's a liar and a thief.
What exactly is it that you thought Larry Birdman said?
Well, I don't know. Clearly he said something to get me in trouble here.
Like I said, the reason you're locked up right now has to do with these people. Is Larry Birdman up to something that we should know about?
Well, I don't think so. He's up to about, I don't know, 8'1", 8'2".
It's a big bird.
Well, he played basketball.
3-point Larry, they call him.
Okay. So, is there anything else that we need to cover, Eddie? Anything I'm missing on here?
No, I think that's it for now.
All right, well, listen, I'm going to go get to work on trying to get you out of here. I'm going to leave you the wine so that you have something to pass the time in this room, and I assure you I'll have you out of here as soon as is possible.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
All right, so we'll go back out into the hallway away from him.
Yeah, he seems legit, if douchey.
He seems like he probably does some smuggling, but I don't think he's getting involved with...
Yeah, I don't get the feeling he is. But let's talk to the other two. How about Verbal next?
Verbal Conjurer.
Low level
Beauregard.
Okay.
All right, so you pop in over to see Verbal.
Verbal Beauregard.
Verbal Beauregard.
Boy, they're really rounding up the usual suspects this time, aren't they?
I see what you did there. All right, so you walk in, and yeah, Verbal's just a normal-looking dude. I mean, he's got conjurer, like, travel gear. I mean, he's got, like, a patch on that shows he's from the Conjuration Nation, so he's not, like, really hiding it. But he's not wearing, like, wizard robes or anything wild. He's just wearing travel gear with some travel boots, and just kind of doing his thing.
Verbal, is it? Are you, how you doing, Verbal? How you holding up?
Oh, I'm well, thank you.
Good. Listen, we won't take up too much of your time. We just wanted to come in and have a quick chat with you. We're trying to get everybody on their way right now. You had unfortunate timing. You got here while some silliness was going on, and I'm sure you weren't involved, but we have to clear all our bases. Anyways,
just to be clear, I don't have to answer any questions. I am under diplomatic immunity.
I understand fully that you're under diplomatic immunity. I also understand, though, that you came as an emissary to attempt to seek some form of alliance. And listen, information is used in trade, right? Like, you help me out, maybe I can help you out. I'm not saying you have to. Let's just have a conversation. If I approach something you don't want to talk about, you just tell me that, you know?
I mean... So, from my perspective, I came here as a delegate, and then I was arrested. Now, I don't feel like that is very hospitable to travelers from other nations, and that they accused me of a crime, but won't tell me what the crime is. And they said they...
Verbal. What's our city called?
The Forsaken City?
How'd you find it?
Well...
Took a lot of work?
Took quite a bit of work.
Whole lot of work?
Quite a bit.
Like maybe it's hidden and we don't want travelers? Why would you expect us to be hospitable?
Because there's war coming.
Stupid.
And we need alliances.
Stupid. That's stupid, Verbal. Don't be stupid. You've been stupid so far. Are you going to keep being stupid, or are you going to smarten up and tell us what we need to know?
I think that will depend on the questions asked.
Here's the thing, Verbal. Yeah, you've got diplomatic immunity, but how many of your fellow illusionists would be able to find their way here? Or conjurers, I mean. How many do you think would be able to get here to help you out?
Probably not many.
How many do you think would even hear about you being here?
Well, I'm sure...
Well, see, this is the Illusion Age, and this is the Forsaken City. We don't allow communication in and out without us vetting it first, you know? We run everything through our channels. And if we don't like it, it doesn't go out. It doesn't come in. So no one even knows you're here, Verbal Beauregard. How much do you think your diplomatic immunity is worth when no one even knows you're here, Verbal Beauregard?
Fine. Ask your questions.
I'm going to sit down at the table and slide them up in the glass and set the wine down, pours each glass. Your bottle of wine. I'm just going to... Listen... Eddie's a little rough around the edges, but he is right. But again, I don't want you to get the impression that, like, some terrible things are going to happen to you if you cooperate. Because they won't, if you cooperate.
Slap him with the backhand.
So I'm gonna give him his muffins and his wine and just start. Okay, so you're here in town to make some kind of an alliance. What have you done since you've gotten here? Give me a quick rundown. What did you do when you got into town?
Well, when I got into town, I came up to try to talk to an illusionist, but none of them would have me.
You just came straight to the school?
Yes.
Didn't get rooms, nothing?
No. I stayed at the Bryn-Meyer Dam before coming here, and I came over here, and then 2 nights ago, they arrested us.
And you came here by yourself? Nobody else with you?
I came here with others, but then we split apart.
And who were these others?
Just people that I ended up traveling with.
People that you happened to end up traveling into a secret city in a foreign land with. We're illusionists.
You said they arrested us, Verbal. Who's the us?
Well, that priest guy and that merchant guy.
Right.
And then they asked us about dead bodies.
Are those the people you were traveling with, those dead bodies? What, did they see a little too much, Verbal? They figure out your plans, Verbal? What'd you do, Verbal?
I have diplomatic immunity.
We've already covered that.
Verbal, I would like to make very, very clear to you that you are in the Illusion Nation. To be very clear, Eddie here, he could make any one of us look, sound exactly like you. Verbal, they won't find you because you won't go missing.
You know the other thing that's real good about the Illusion Nation? We're pretty great at making people disappear. I'm gonna turn invisible and walk around behind him. And then turn visible again and just lean over in his ear and say, "What'd you do?"
Okay. I will tell you what happened. But after that, I want to be let go. I'll tell you the truth.
The truth, Verbal. Let's hear it.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.